everyone, today we will discuss how we could actually perform some steps that will allow us to follow up on the low score cases when, for example, we perform some marketing campaign for us to be able to actually send surveys to the customers and grab their feedback. So one of follow-up strategies that could be done is when we receive the low score survey feedback, it's we could perform follow-up task. So here we will review how it could be done with the flow. So first of all, what this flow should do, it should work on the following criteria when a record is created or updated, and it should be after. So after that, what we need to do is in terms of situations that our survey could be completed or not completed. So here what we would like to do is we would like, based on the service response object, we would like to just grab those records which are actually have status equal to complete. So once it's done, what we're doing here, based on the decision, we are checking what kind of let's say survey do we have. Is this survey related to our particular survey or not? And only capturing survey responses related to surveys that at this moment we are looking for. For example, if we have 10 different surveys for different campaigns, and at this moment we would like to automate this follow-up for one of them, so here we could do necessary, let's say, filtering conditions. So once it's done, what we could do, or what should we do, it's based on our survey question responses. From there, what we could do, it's we are grabbing all our questions, and if we have at least one, let's say, question in the survey response where the provided number value less than 5, or in your case it could be 7 or 6, wherever you will decide, then we are applying the following conditions, and we are creating here a variable, and into this variable we are selecting like, okay, we have some negative answer in our survey, and we would like to track it. So at this moment it's just, let's say, indicator for us to be able to understand that situation happens. So once it's done, we have here another decision, the checking, okay, is it happens or not? And do we have this negative answer set or not? So if not, here we could perform another check to null value. So for example, in our case, we decided to escalate, by escalation task creation, that will be assigned to the case team manager. And in that case, for us to be able to make sure that it's not a null, and we will not try to create a task on the null field, so we perform this check, okay, so where our case manager is null equal to false, and only in that case we are performing actual record task creation. And what we are doing here, it's we just setting necessary fields like description, owner ID, to whom this task will be assigned, what is the survey response. It's very important to set it here. Because with that way, once you will receive the task, you will be able to click on this field and you will be redirected to the actual survey response, and you will be able to monitor what kind of scores were provided by this particular user. So there might be not only one question from your entire survey question list where the scores are low. So by this way you could do that. So for example, in our case, in terms that you could not create the field on the task object itself, we created it on activity and added it to the task object layout. So after that we are selecting what ID, to what object it will be related, and task subject and task status. So by this way, once you will complete the survey, after each time when anyone will respond to your survey questions, you will be able to automate on the low score task creation. And one more topic that I would like to cover here related to survey migration, it's at this moment when you have to migrate your survey from one environment to another, we were able to see that some teams using manual steps and recreating the survey on each environment again and again. But what we could do, it's actually for the migration of the survey. For example, if we set up custom background, we could find it in the content assets in our IDE when we will download the actual metadata. For example, actual survey we will be able to find in the flow and flow definition, and all necessary styles we will be able to find in the branding set. So please note that branding set will also contain link to the background image that will be, let's say, encoded. It will be some specific key, and these content assets that will present in the content asset folder will have the same name. So by this way you could combine all these together. So thanks for the attention. Bye bye.